Hello, my audience. It's me, Ejimele Maxwell. And last class I gave an assignment, so this is the assignment. So let's go into the solution. The number of people at the cinema yesterday was 2,576. Give this number to the nearest 10. So 10 is like this, right? So this one is on that. So I have to approximate this to the nearest 10. So the decider is 6. Is 6 greater than 5 or less than 5? Greater than 5. So we add 1 to the 7. That will make it 2,580. That is approximated to the nearest 10. To approximate this to the nearest 100, we have to approximate this will be the decider and this is what we approximate. So 7 is it greater than 5 or less than 5? Greater than 5. So we will add 1 to the 5. That will be 2,600. Next to the nearest. You don't forget to write to the nearest 10. To the nearest 100. Now C to the nearest 1,000. So 1,000 stop here. The decider is 5. Is 5 greater than 5 or less than 5? 5 is 5. So we add 1 into 2. That will be 3,000. That will be 3,000. That is to the nearest 1,000. So these are the answers to the question. So let's go into the main class for today, which is decimal places. Into decimal places or DP. That is short form for decimal places. A number such as 150.7158. Don't call it 7158 together because they are decimal numbers. You call them digit by digit. So the number such as 150.7158 is an example of a decimal number. The whole number part is 150. That means the whole number is before the decimal point. And the decimal part is 7158, which is after the decimal point. So the point between them is called the decimal point, as I said earlier. So 150 is the whole number, the decimal point, then 7158 are the decimal numbers. To find the number of decimal places, simply count the number of figures after the decimal point. 150.7158 has 4 decimal places. Let's count to know if it has 4 decimal places. After the decimal point, how many numbers is there? Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 is the first decimal place. 1 is the second decimal place. 5 is the third decimal place, and 8 is the fourth decimal place. So let's take this example. Find the number of decimal places in the following: 37.05. So after this point, after the decimal point, how many numbers do we have? We have 0, 5. So let's count them 1, 2. So 37.05 has 2 decimal places. Number 2, 0.708 has how many decimal places? This is the decimal point. So how many numbers is after the decimal point? 1, 2, 3. So it has 3 decimal places. Let's go on more to understand these decimal places. So our engine is we're moving more, rounding off numbers to the specific number of decimal places. Like whole numbers, sometimes it is useful to round decimal number to a specific number of decimal places or to nearest whole number. That is, if you want to round a decimal number to a specific decimal place, you take 3 steps. Number 1, you look at the number you want to round up. Number 2, you look at the right of the number and see the decider. Number 3, you look at the decider. If it's 5 or above, you round it up. If it's less than 5, you round it down. So let's take these examples. Give the number 78.07526 to the nearest 1 decimal place. Between 07526, which one is the first decimal place here? First decimal place is 0. We've done the first step. Number 2, the second step is look at the right of the number. See the decider. Decider is 7. Is 7 more than 5 or less than 5? It's more than 5. So you approximate the number. You round the number up. So that would be 78.1. The next question is 4 decimal places. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 6 is the decider. So we approximate it. That would be 6 is greater than 5, right? So you add 1. That would be 78.0753. Number 2. Give the number 0.0154 to the correct to 2 decimal place. 0, 1, 2. 1 is the second decimal place. 5 is 5 greater than 5 or less than 5? Is 5. So add 1 to this. That will be 0.02. B. 3 decimal place. That will be 1, 2, 3. 5 is the decimal place here. 5 is the third decimal place. 4 is it less than 5 or greater than 5? Less than 5. So you disregard the number. That is 0.015. So let's move more. Rounding decimals to the nearest tenth, thousandth, and hundred and thousand. People might be asking, what's the meaning of tenth? Tenth is the first decimal place after the decimal point. Hundred is the second decimal place after the decimal point. While thousand is the third decimal place after the decimal point. So example. Give 474.4547 correct to the nearest tenth. So the tenth here, which is the first decimal place after the decimal point, which is 4. So let's round it up. Let's look to the right. 5 is the decider. So it's 5. 5 is in 5. We'll add 1. So that would be 447.5. Is it greater than 5 or less than 5? 5 is 5. So you add 1. 1 plus 4, 5. B. 100. That is, the 100 here is 5. If you look to the right of 5, you see 4. 4, is it less than 5 or more than 5? Less than 5. So you disregard the number. That will be 447.45. C. 1000, which is 4. The 10,000 is 7. Is it greater than 5 or less than 5? Greater than 5. So you add 1 to the 4. That's 447.455. So let's go on to the next step. To the nearest whole number, we have to find out what the whole number is, and that is 13. 13 is the whole number because of it is the number before the decimal point. So our decider is 7 and the number I want to round up is 13. So 7 is greater than 5. 1 will go to the 13, which makes it to be 14, and these two will turn into 0, 0. The answer is 14.00 or 14. 34.275. 34 is the whole number because it's before the decimal point. So we round this 34.275 to the nearest whole number. The decider is 2. Is 2 greater than 5 or less than 5? It's less than 5. So we disregard the number. That will be 34.00.
Hope you enjoyed class. Please attempt the following assignments and send it to the following email address. Next class, you are treating significant figures. And like, share, subscribe, and comment to TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube.